In a previous video, we derived a formula for the power transmitted by a wave on a string. A string is essentially a one-dimensional medium, and the energy propagates along this one-dimensional string. Now let's imagine that a wave pulse propagates from left to right on a string. Because the energy is conserved, all of the energy that is contained on the left will be transmitted to the right. So the amplitude of the displacement remains the same. And this result is only true for one-dimensional waves. However, we know that there are waves that are two-dimensional, for example, waves on water surface, and there are waves that are three-dimensional, for example, sound waves or seismic waves. And so for those waves in 2D or 3D, the energy will be transmitted through a bigger and bigger space. So even if the total energy is conserved, the energy density, that means the energy per unit volume, will decrease as you look further and further away from the source. In the case of sound waves, that means more and more air molecules are displaced. And in the case of water waves, more and more water molecules are oscillating. And so each molecule will receive less energy so that the energy can be distributed to more and more molecules. As a result, the amplitude of displacement will reduce as the wave propagates away from the source. For the waves in 3D, we can introduce the intensity, I, which will be defined as the power per unit area. So it will be a quantity in watts per square meter. Let's consider a source of waves with a power P. For example, it could be a loudspeaker or the epicenter of an earthquake. The energy will propagate along all directions of space, and after some time, it will arrive at the boundary of a sphere of radius r1. And after more time, it will arrive to the boundary of a sphere of radius r2. We can calculate the intensity at a distance r1 from the source. Since the intensity is power per unit area, the intensity will be equal to the power P divided by the area of a sphere, 4 pi r1 squared. And similarly, at a distance r2, the intensity will be equal to P divided by 4 pi r2 squared. Now let's look at this formula for a second. It shows that the intensity decreases with the distance from the source. So the further away you are from the source, the lower the intensity will be. And in 3D, this formula shows that the intensity is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Now, if you don't know the power of the source, you can still calculate the intensity by taking the ratio I1 divided by I2. So in this case, we find that I1 over I2 is equal to R2 squared divided by R1 squared. And this is called the inverse square law for intensity in 3D. In the LibreText, you can find the discussion for the intensity in 2D. In 2D, the intensity is defined as the power per unit length, and we obtain that the intensity is inversely proportional to the distance.